Hello YouTubers. Well, I spent an awful lot of time over the weekend doing a video and then cancelled the whole thing. But I thought I ought to get something up so you know I'm still around, and I thought I have obviously got a few new viewers. Some of the questions that you're asking me in my letters I have obviously talked about in previous videos, but obviously many of you haven't seen them, and so I thought this time for a quick video that I would put on a radio broadcast that I did with the BBC World Service recently, where of course they asked me the same questions that I've been asked many times before, but if I play that recording to you, well, that will answer quite a lot of the questions that things you need to know about, and would be quite self-explanatory, I suppose. And in order to have something visual for you to look at, I've got quite a number of pictures of that I can put on as visual images to keep you interested. So that's what I will hopefully do.
Born in the late 1920s, his real name is Peter, but to his rapidly growing fan club around the world, he's become known as Geriatric 1927. Under that name, Peter, from central England, has become a surprise hit as an international broadcaster at the mature age of 79. A few months ago, he recorded the first of about 50 short films he's since posted on YouTube, an internet website where anyone can post video clips for anyone else to watch. And lots of people have watched Peter's videos, some 5 million so far. And here's Peter in one of his films thanking his audience.
This morning in my emails, 4,700 of you lovely people had submitted comments or sent messages to me. I am absolutely overwhelmed and don't quite know what to say. If I should break down during this video, then I'll click the button and I will come back to you as soon as possible. But I just need to say thank you to all of you people. This has been one of the major changes and breakthroughs in my life, and given me a whole new world to experience.
Though Peter, as Geriatric 1927, has become something of a media phenomenon, he's trying to keep a low profile by not revealing his full name or where he lives. But he did agree to talk to Outlook, so I asked him how much recording these internet videos had changed his life.
I don't have time to watch television or read a book or do any of those other things anymore. Totally overwhelmed. I don't know why so many people have taken me to their heart or their bosom, but of course as an old man and a widower and living alone, who wouldn't be thrilled?
Well, let's come back to that question of why so many people have logged on to your videos. But let's start at the beginning, really. You're going to be 80 this year. Do you remember your first contact with a computer?
Not in exact years, but I know I went back to the times when it had the Windows 95 operating system, so it's quite a few years ago now, isn't it?
It sounds like you're the kind of person who's very much up for new adventures. I mean, most people come to computers, they use them passively. You look at things, you don't actually do things with them. But you then, having taken this big step, have gone yet another big step on by actually putting yourself on the web, by making these videos. But when did you decide to do that, and why did you decide to do that?
I can't really remember, but I expect I was Googling the word video somewhere, and obviously came across YouTube, which was very new in those days and was, as you know, a website that enabled people to put their videos up.
So when you thought, oh, I'll give this YouTube a try, Did you think that the people who'd be watching you would be your own grandkids, your own family, hearing about stories of your life, or did you think there might be a bigger audience?
No, I had no idea whatsoever that anybody would even look at it. It was just something I thought, it's there, I'll do it.
It's got over 2 million hits now.
Yes, I know. Yes, well, you see, what happened actually was somebody in the media world picked up on it, and I mean, what they were saying was that they were recognizing that an old person would do this, you see, and so that's where the attention came from, that not what I said or anything, but the fact that I was an old person who had, you know, done this thing.
You do strike me as quite savvy, Peter, because you're trying to keep your identity a bit of a mystery. You've given yourself almost like a modern graffiti artist a tag,
yes,
by calling yourself Geriatric 1927, and I guess 1927 must be the date, the year of birth.
Yes.
But geriatric is a bit harsh on yourself, isn't it?
Yes, it is, but as when you are doing art, you do something without really thinking, and I also wanted to not hide behind a false persona. I mean, I don't know a great deal about the internet, but it is a dangerous place, and there are lots of people who hide behind the incorrect age or gender or something like this, and I thought, I'm not going to do that. If I put my age and a picture of myself in reality, then there can be no doubt about how old I am.
In these pieces that you record, I mean, the first one was kind of an experiment. There've been, near about 50 since then. Do you set yourself a script, or do you just talk loosely off the top of your head and see where the muse leads you?
Yes, mostly I do. I certainly don't script anything. I can't be bothered to do that. I generally think of some sort of theme, and it often relates around music, which I like very much. And of course I like blues music, and I have recently always played a piece of blues music on the end of my videos. Just a general theme. I think the last one I put up, I asked the question, what was one of your eureka moments? Because people ask me in the letters, what do you like? What films do you like? What music do you like? And all those sort of things. So I took the theme of the fact that I like blues music, and that I told the story of, as a very young child, having listened to Glenn Miller and big bands and stuff like that on a wind-up gramophone, I came across a record, a big vinyl thing of jazz artist called King Oliver, and of course that was my eureka moment for me, and so that was the theme of that particular video.
Now you're getting these thousands of emails. Where are the emails coming from?
Other users, other video bloggers.
All around the world?
Absolutely, yes. Australia, New Zealand, Norway, Sweden, Germany, you name it, everywhere, yes.
You can't answer them all, obviously, but is there anywhere you haven't yet heard from and would like to?
I personally sort of have an interest in the Far East, so it would be nice to have people in that continent, know of me.
Well, we've got listeners all over the world, so hopefully some of them will track you down from that part of the world.
Good. I've been designated as the Internet Granddad, you see, and it's a role I love, and therefore it means that I get all ages contact me, and sometimes almost I'm like an agony aunt, and I think a lot of people who haven't either spoken with their grandparents or their grandparents are dead, they get some comfort out of not what I say, but just listening to me going on,
In light of what you've just said, are you now starting to feel that this bit of fun is turning into actually quite a responsible role?
Yes, very much so. I will never change my sort of attitude in my videos and do anything which is not in the manner that you would expect a granddad to do. And also, I don't know whether it sounds boastful or not, or whether it's a fact, but I do believe that I've encouraged more older people to copy me and have a go, and therefore widen the age range of the people who use this video blogging. And so I think I could go out of this world feeling that I had contributed something.
I must ask you just one final question, Peter. Is it true that your own grandchildren aren't that hot on IT like you?
Oh, they're very hot on IT, yes, there's no doubt about that.
But do they watch Grandad, their real Grandad?
I don't know. I really don't know whether they do or not, to be honest. I'm sure they must have seen me, but it's not something that we talk about together.
Do they prefer you in the flesh?
I would think so, yes.
Peter, the granddaddy of all internet users. From being